Alright everybody, welcome to game number 1 in the second semi-final at the FrayTV Invitational. BKB in blue to the left for SK Gaming on the Chant, Escape on the Stitches, Zamoni this time with the Vala, BZ on Falstad and Linked on the Uther. The players towards the right side playing for PPP, Pain with the Illidan picking it away from SK. We have Bakery on the Tacita, Gela playing Nova, subbing in today once again, Vipolino on the Teriel, and Luvi playing the Rhaegar. First map is, as you can see, Garden of Terror, and we have the teams setting up. This is the second semi-final. We already know that Mousesports advanced to the final. Oh, BKB at the bottom. He was just mentioning in Twitch chat that he's a cute and cuddly panda, and Pain completely disagreed with him. And apparently that Illidan has a bit of beef with the panda. So, going for them. Like, sometimes when I play with my team and we activate Troll mode, we actually went for Lily, Abathar, and also Chen. Then you can have 7 pandas in the game when you go for the heroic ability on the Chen, which is quite funny. Team Panda all the way, but right now BKB is very much alone down there against the 3 heroes at times. The rotations are coming in, and we have at this point also, of course, with the Nova and also the Illidan, a very, very dangerous lineup that SK has to be very careful about. I mean, there's so much potential for PPP to get an early kill here that SK is playing this a bit passive. They have a very solid lineup for the late game though, with 2 frontliners here, double tank and then Vala and also the Falstad for the DPS. One burst damage, the other one more the sustained damage type. So that's definitely going to help them quite a lot. Looks like BZ in the mid lane is struggling with Bakery a bit. Bakery is back to business. Apparently yesterday he was at the hospital and couldn't play for his team, but today he is once again amongst them and trying, of course, to lend his skills to the team. First night is on, and we have the seats immediately taken. Escape on the Stitches is moving in for it. We have Pain and Gela at the right side taking also the Horrors down and claiming a few seats for their team. And both teams are just like trying to get that first plant. Level 3 and nearly level 4 for the 2 of them. The Giant Terrors have not been taken or not been attacked just yet. BKB in a bit of trouble and he gets sniped by Gela. Here comes the pinning shot, and yeah, there comes BZ moving in to help out his teammate right away. The captain of Team SK Gaming moving back in the last second, not dying here. Dropping a Chen is pretty difficult. That's not an easy thing to do. Nice hook there by the Escape against Luvi. Doesn't really accumulate to anything, but it was well done regardless. BZ in the mid lane, he has to be quite careful. And that is actually one of the problems that they're going to have with the lineup that I touched upon when we had the picks and bans. If you have a Falstad and also a Vala, there are 2 heroes in the game where Nova can do a lot of damage with a Snipe Slayer. So both of them need to be extremely careful, and they seem to be confident that they are able to stay alive later on. On the other hand, then, we have for the other team, oh, nice hook against Pain, and Pain about to die! Oh, Zamoni with a final shot. The arrow in the neck takes down the Illidan. Very well done here. SK getting the first kill in the game. Job well done by them. Gives them a bit of map control they can utilize now to get more seats in the middle. But yeah, that was actually a really good move by them. The Illidan nearly escaping. Well done by him, and I have to say that that is one of the things where I'm a bit worried for PPP. We have like actually the scenario for both teams if you so want. We have the Falstad and the Vala pressured by Illidan and Nova especially, but then on the other hand we only have one real frontliner, the Tyrael, for PPP. The Illidan is being assisted by the Tyrael shield and also by the shield that can be supplied by the Tacita. That makes it a bit easier for him to stay alive, I guess, and makes him also a very strong hero. So if they gain momentum in the fights, I feel they will be able to chase down SK Gaming, but it's all about that first kill in my opinion. And if the frontliners for SK do their job, then I feel it's going to become a bit difficult for PPP. Seeds going once again to both teams here, trying to pick them up as soon as they can. We have a bit of a fight where especially SK is starting to gain ground, but they can't drop a hero right now. It's level 7 versus level 6. The mid plant is already ready. Zamoni is on the plant and trying to push in the mid keep. And that's the rotation again, with BKB moving down to the bottom, gathering up more experience. Up at the top we have Luvi trying to get the experience for his own team, but it's nearly a level advantage already for SK. And it's those subtle things that SK does, like they are pushing. It's just this perfect coordination between the team that we oftentimes see in the games that they play these days, where they're able to get ahead by a whole level while pushing on one single lane, going straight for another, and just like outmaneuvering the opponent's team. PPP is a very strong opponent to face on the other hand, and they are already catching up in experience, thanks to Luvi having a solo lane up at the top. We have also Zarmoni now with an opportunity opportunity to maybe drop another wall here. He still has 25 seconds on the plant. Down at the bottom lane, it is still Vipolino going up against BKB. Tyrael against Chen, and up at the top lane, it's another wall that falls. So Zamoni doing a lot of damage already with the initial plant that we have there. Nice kill on also the healing ward that we see. You always have to focus them down early on, at least you should do that. 5 seconds on the plan, and just look at that damage against the against the fort. Really well done here. Zamoni getting as much damage in as he possibly can. And so far, we still see SK with a lead in experience. It's still a 4 versus 4 at the top lane. Turios fighting against each other down at the bottom, but we could see maybe a hook by Stitches. Now he already moves to the left. Apparently he wants to go for the mercenary camp, and that gives us the opportunity to look at the talents. We have a slam build for Stitches. Vala is going for Rancor, Arsenal, and Searing Arrow. It's actually a hybrid build that we see by Zamoni here. We don't see that all that often. And in the mid lane, Bakery with a dimensional shift as he's getting engaged upon by 4 heroes. Bakery goes down. Bakery being taken out. Pain and Gala are too late to save him. So nice rotation that we see here by SK. They're all moving down to the bottom lane. They have the level 10 already, and they're starting to push the middle a bit stronger with this one. Looking at the talents, we're going to do that in just a second once again. Of course, PPP attempting to go for the level 10 now too. And BZ, yeah, he suffered a lot of damage there at the hands of Gala. That Nova is always a big threat to deal with, and if you expose yourself just once to her, she will drop you, and of course, especially the gathering power is extremely strong. We have level 10 for both teams, but still that advantage on Team SK Gaming, nearly one entire level. Oh, BKB having a balls to the walls jumps against Vipolino, going straight into the turret range here as well. We have the Siege Giants, on the other hand, taken out. That fort for now not contested any longer. Let's look at the talents here. Gathering power, of course, the hot shots. Who would have thought? And in terms of like the rest of the build that we see there, pretty much what you would expect, with the Ancestral Healing being taken here too. Oh, up at the top actually, Zamoni just using the Rain of Vengeance to escape from the gank, or the semi-gank that we saw executed, with Luvi at the front and Gala in the back. We have Tyrael going straight for the hard camps, and with that, it's just like once more both teams trying to aim for the map objectives. A nice steal here on the easy camps on the side of PPP. That's actually a really smart move, because right now with the Knight dropping and the timing that they have for the Siege Giants, these Giants are going to put a lot of pressure onto the bottom lane, and PPP will have to make a choice. They're trying to go for the seeds at the top, but the longer they spend at the top of the map now, the more damage they will suffer at the hands of the Siege Giants. And that's of course extremely annoying for them. We have at the bottom lane the Great Horror taken out. Both teams grow another plant, and it is actually SK that rotates straight away towards their easy camp, towards their hard camp. They're taking it, and up at the top it's Vipolino attempting to push in at least the wall with the Knights that they took a bit earlier. That level advantage for SK is still there. They're nearly 13, and that gives them another talent. So that talent lead against PPP is definitely dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, but still, in the end, it comes down to the fact that in a team fight, you want to drop a hero, and those 13 talents are going to help with that. But if somehow the positioning of PPP is going to be better, they might be able to get Nova in a spot where she can just snipe the fall stat, and then he's down. Keep in mind that they have the Tyrael in there, so Tyrael, Nova, and Illidan are very, very dangerous, and they could try to go straight for Vala or for the fall stat. Now it's the plant battle again, and look how Gala already aims for the fall stat. She's looking for him, and there it is. The judgment, the precision strike is missing completely. Whoa, PPP screwed that up a bit. Gala not with a good precision strike, and he didn't get the his ultimate in either. Here goes the Nova. Oh, couldn't escape. No snipe, no nothing. So Falstad surviving for now, and that is a great momentum that we see here for SK. They are already moving towards the Tyrael, trying to drop in here. Nice ancestral healing by Luvi. The Rhaegar healing Tyrael up to full health once again. And here goes the plan for Pain. PPP lost the plant, and suddenly it is Zamoni with another 20 seconds left that pushes back the Illidan. The fort down here is already gone, and that brings SK close to level 15. Still no 13 talent. There we go. There we have the 13 talent for PPP. But you could really see the difference in the last battle with that one talent and what kind of advantage that gives SK. Oh, nice. The hook and the eats using the Gorge, moving him back. Must escape. Oh my god. Initiated up against with the Rain of Vengeance. How on earth did he survive there? Great job with the shields, but the precision strike takes him down. Gela making up for the blunder early on. Takes down the Stitches. Nice move by Vippolino, going straight into the double healing ward here and survives for now. Great job by them, but the Illidan, he was taken out a bit earlier, so another fort falls. And that catapults SK towards level 16. They nearly get that talent, and if they have the 16 versus the 13, that level lead would be gigantic. Just think about the next night falling. If they can fight that with the 16 talent on their side, they might be able to just like take down 1 or 2 heroes of PPP, take those additional seeds, and then run with them. Looking at the talents, by the way, now we have 16 as well. Let's have a quick look at what we see there. Shrink Ray for both sides, once on the Uther, then on the Tassadar as well. We also have full slam build, like not dropping anything, not even going for the fish hook here. Escape goes full slam build with this. We have Vala also with the Blood for Blood, and of course the spell shield is just basically showing the respect that Vala has for the snipes of Nova. If you are up against the Nova player as Vala, you want to pick up the spell shield. It would be suicidal to not get it. Normally you would opt for other talents here, but with the Vala on the opponent's team, it is kind of mandatory. We have once more the attempt to steal the mercenary camps here, and PPP is playing this quite passive right now. They have a single kill. We see 4 kills for the opponent's team, and now with night falling, this is where SK is starting to try and run with it again. If they burst down the plant down here and move up to the top, they might be able to force a battle with their 16 talents, making all the difference. And if they get a kill right now and a superior seed count, they could actually do so much damage to PPP. But PPP isn't out of this game yet. They get their seeds up at the top. They have the Rhaegar defending against the mercenary camp that is pushing the top lane. The problem for them, of course, is that we have another camp also pushing the bottom lane. So there is so much pressure on them. Very little they can do. An interesting move here by SK. I like that. They actually go straight for the wall. They don't try to contest the plan. They just say like, well, you're all at the top lane and you're trying to get that, so we just push in the wall. We're going to take down everything that you have there, and then we can retreat or we can try and force the fight. And that was really well done. They take the fountain as well, and now they start to move back slowly and coordinated. And yeah, very, very, like that was a really good approach. Like moving back here, forcing the plant out, forcing the opponents to just like be back, using the Hearthstone here. Now they can claim their own plant, which they do with Zamoni, and move back into the middle. So very, very disciplined play here by SK. Oh, they jump in with only 4 heroes. The plan isn't there yet. They're trying to push Bane back. And look at that. With 5 heroes versus 4 and Pain on the plan, they still move back. They still show so much respect for SK. And the positioning of especially the Chen and Stitches is great here. Always busy in the back. They're making sure that they shield him against the Nova. They know exactly where Nova is positioned. And the plan tries to angle in from the top. As we see now the engagement against Escape. And this time the Stitches seems to be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the precision strike, hitting the Stitches just barely, but they hit it. And Escape goes down in the end as Pain is about to lose his flank. B's in trouble, and Vippolino engages against him with a judgment. Great job by him. They drop 2, they drop the Stitches, and PPP with the Wrath is back with a vengeance. Link goes down 2. It's 4 heroes dropped, and suddenly Samoni is all alone. He's trying to escape right now, but they chase him. They want him. They want him so bad. They want him right now, and he is trying to escape. He is able to move back, and then PPP just said, you know what? We're moving in again. We're moving in up to the top. We are going to use another pot drop, and we have 20 seconds left. Zamoni is doing the only thing that he can do. He's trying to pressure the opponent at the keep and forcing a teleport back. But up here, we see, of course, one fort falling. Like, this one is not going to survive. And all of a sudden, it's 4 kills against 5. An advantage for PPP in kills. The plant down here didn't really do anything since he just tried to use a pot and then already retreated. But he might be taken out here. No, not quite. 1 second on the plant. Here comes Vala, and that's of course the reason why she had to move back. If Vala is out of the plant, then she will be dropped by this team right away. Both teams going for the hearts now. But that last fight opened up the entire match again. PPP is back in it. they are completely back in this game. We have 17 to 17, both teams going towards 18 right now, the levels, and we have still only one fort taken by PPP. But think about it, with them being on the exact same amount of experience, if they take those 2 forts that SK currently has on them, then they will be ahead in experience, and that's of course what they're trying to do here. Oh, is Gala getting BC? Oh, that barrel roll. Oh no, BC being dropped. Look at that immediate judgment by Vipolino. Really well done. The false that just cannot be out of position. You cannot be out on the map on your own as false set. It's too dangerous. Looks like they're gonna be back. No, Vipolino's cancelling. He's instead mounting up, and they're moving down to the bottom right now. They're trying to go for the mercenary camps. Do they maybe get a kill? Look at Payne, he is so trying to get PKP here, and they're getting him. They're moving in, they're forcing the fight, they're trying to at least, but all of them escaping behind the wall, aren't they? There comes the Rain of Vengeance! And at the same time, the precision strike, down goes Stitches, down goes the Rhaegar, and Illidan is dying as well. SK is turning around and rotating towards PPP. They turn things around, they initiate against the PPP players. Oh my god, Gala is so low on the Nova. She might die here to the Panda. The Panda power is just too strong. Zamoni's moving back in the last second as Tyrael dies, and Bakery is doing his best to escape death using the dimensional shift here, but 2 of the heroes are following things up, and the Panda shows no mercies. Pandas are mean creatures. They are always trying to kill you. It's a complete team wipe, and what looked like maybe an advantage for PPP turned around in a blink of the eye, turned around in a flash, and now it is SK so close to level 20. They're so close to that 20. 9 kills against 7, and they get seeds, seeds, and seeds. Down at the bottom of the map, they claim every single one. They have a plan growing, and they can now take the top seeds as well. If they get those, that's a double plan for them. That's a double plan, and 16 minutes into the game, facing a double plan is a nightmare. You need to somehow sustain that, and it's so difficult to do that. Holy shit! Look at that! I didn't even see that! Quadruple blood for blood! Oh my god, like with those talents you can drop a tank within seconds. Double blink picked up on 20 by Stitches and Vala. The Blast of Awe, the Divine Hurricane, and Chen hasn't picked his talent yet. Probably gonna go for the Resurgence here, but oh my god, quadruple blood for blood. I don't envy the Stitches and the BKB here. 1 stun and then the blood for blood, that is all that you need to basically kill one of those heroes. That is gonna hurt a lot. But as I said, double planned, not something that you want to face. Double planned at this time in the game. Oh, actually it's only 1. 95 seeds, they're missing 5. Well, but it's pretty close. They're gonna get another one, probably. Well, for now it's 1 plant that they have to deal with. A double plant would have been the nightmare, but still, this is still pretty bad. But at least they don't have to deal with 2 plants back to back. So Zamoni is moving in, and of course with them taking the bottom keep already, they want to try and take another one in the mid lane. And as you can see, it's very difficult for PPP to really make this work. They're trying to look for an opportunity to jump in, but going toe-to-toe with their opponent's team, it's difficult when you don't have the 20 talent, and they do. Here comes the attack against the keep again, and you can really see how that plant is just doing so much damage. It's like an Ancient of War in Warcraft 3. It just like goes ham and takes you down hit by hit. Down goes the keep, and SK isn't really done yet, are they? They are starting to rotate towards the top lane. At the top lane we have once again the wall. The Potterski being dropped in just a second. Yep, there it is. And they are going for it. They're going for the wall. They're going to take down those towers. They also killed the wall here so that Stitches has hook opportunities that he could potentially use to turn this into a 4 versus 5 and maybe even aim for the core. We have 29 additional seconds on the plan. He's dropping another pot that is being attacked by Gala, but as you can see, the plan is of course going straight for the keep once again, or at least trying to pressure the heroes. They could take it down. It's 17 more seconds. 17 more seconds. Finally the 20 on PPP. Are they losing the 3rd keep? Are they losing the 3rd keep right now? They're trying to engage. Here comes the precision strike. Doesn't hit anything. What a great shot. The keep goes down. The initiation against Vipolino. The stun of the Uther. Down goes Tyrael. And somehow the false stat survives. Luvi is moving in, but he's being dropped as well. 3 heroes down. The Tyrael revived thanks to the resurgence. And he's going for Link, killing the Uther here. Bakery and Gala, the 2 remaining heroes together with the Tyrael. They're trying to go for the defense there. They might be able to pull this off now that the healer is out of the picture. But oh boy, is PPP in trouble. They lost every single keep that they had. Nova is trying to look for a snipe again. She wants to snipe something. She's trying to get the DPS there, but at this point in the game, she has to deal with the catapults first. 97% on the core, and the attempt to take down Vipolino. His resurgence is down. Goodbye, Tyrael, and this might be game. 4 heroes are moving in to pressure the core. The Storms of Bakery trying to push them back. SK is going for it. 70 seconds, but the heroes are low. They're very low. The bling from Vala, but down goes the false stat. Gala taking him on and winning this battle. Blood for blood being used by Gala to keep herself alive. Up at the top to escape. Oh, blinks away in the last second as the sniper was about to kill him. Still 1 second on the Rhaegar. He's back now. 56% on the core. BKB drops as well. He doesn't have resurgence. He did not pick resurgence. We have him instead. No, he has resurgence. He just died already once earlier. What a game here again. 12 kills against 13. 47% on the core. And what is PPP doing? They're moving cross map. They're moving cross map. Are they really going to try and go for the keep immediately, or are they going to angle for additional seeds? The seeds are taken by SK. They could get that plan to defend. That's all that they need to do right now. PPP 47% on the core. They are moving in. They want the wall, and they want it bad. They go straight for it, dropping the turrets here, but the plan is already there. And Escape, I mean, if he can somehow move across the map, he could single-handedly take down the core of PPP. Game number 1 here in Garden of Terror at the semi-final of the FrayTV Invitational. And Escape and Link, they are the 2 remaining warriors for SK Gaming, and they're trying to do their best to save it. 4 heroes are alive by now for the team again, as also Falstad and Nova are back to business. The seeds are still there. The plant is starting to push PPP back. Pain, is he going for the Vala? He's looking for an opportunity to maybe kill somebody. Here comes the initiation against the Falstad. Once again, Vipolino with the judgment, and the metamorphosis by the Illidan. Are you prepared? Oh, the Raid of Vengeance stunning, and oh, that Shockador taking down the Tyrael. BKB is moving back, but the Falstad is, yeah, he's alive, but the Uther is down. His resurgence was up on the Tyrael. He's coming back into the game. Escape with a lot of damage against Luvi here, and he's dropping again. Oh, that poor Rhaegar getting a tree straight into the face, and that tree trunk also hitting the Illidan. 2 heroes now down, up there, down to the bottom. The lanes are pressuring in towards the core, and Escape, he wants to finish it. He is fed up with this. He wants to take this game. 22 minutes in, it is Escape pushing in once again. They're just going straight for the core. It's the Tyrael that tries to defend it. The Escape is dropping in hit points like so fast, but he's still doing damage. 43, 41% on the core, and Escape realizes that he can't finish it on his own. He needs to wait a bit longer. He needs to wait for the reinforcements. They're coming in. BZ's already there. BKB is on the move. The Escape drops out of the plan. The Stitcher still with a lot of DPS could go for this, and they're trying to. It's 3 heroes versus 4 at this point. They could try to go for right click. They could just try to force it down. The shields are gone. 32, 20% on the core. They're moving in. 11, 8, 5, and this is game. Game number 1 finished by SK Gaming. They take the first game. They take the first map and the lead in the best of 3 series against PPP. Alright boys, the game is on. It's game number 2 between SK Gaming and PPP. Starting to the left side with a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series. Here at the semi-final, it is SK Gaming with BKB on the Arthurs, Zarmoni on the Falstad, BZ playing the Tychus, Escape on the Stitches, and Linked on the Uther. PPP, they tried to come back. They were not able to pull it off in game number 1. Now they have another chance in game number 2 to tie the series up. They're starting to the right in red. It's Luvi on the Brightwing, Pain on the Illidan, ready to bring the pain here. Vipolino on the Anuburak, Bakery on Vala, and Gala switched her Nova for a Tyrael. So this second game could decide the series. Mouse Sports is probably watching this right now, waiting for the finals to happen. Finals will be a best of 5, and we have a big map once again. I love that wolf, by the way. Like, that wolf is absolutely amazing. I own that on my account on the US server. Unfortunately, I don't have the wolf on the EU server, and yeah, having 2 accounts is sometimes a bit of a pain, but yeah, it's a pretty cool mount. So looking at this, we have, at this point in the game, another little party bush there. Zamoni is already trying to bait somebody out. I have it from different sources that Zamoni is a master baiter. And against Luvi, it's not really happening like too much. I mean, a Brightwing is not going to try and jump on a false stat. That would just be a bit too weird, so he's not going to do that at all. Linked on the mid lane is, yeah, throwing one hammer in Bakery's face. Bakery actually like super aggressive there already, and I like that quite a lot. Like, his Svala style is very enjoyable to watch. We have to the right side Vippolino on Pain going for the mercenary camp. Down to the bottom lane, Gala, now with a melee hero compared to her usual Nova play. She's on the Tyrael, which will try to use the Judgment and then jump in maybe with the Illidan together. Picking the Illidan against SK is always nice because SK loves to play Illidan. If it isn't banned or picked against them, then they usually try to aim for him. So that's something that we see quite a lot. To the left side, we have Link now on the Uther, still holding the mid lane experience. Down. Oh, actually the engagement against Vala. Bakery with the jukes, and oh, wow! The Howling Blast and then the hook. That was actually, like, first of all, like, the dodges that we saw here from Bakery were amazingly good. The second thing I want to point out is how absolutely awesome that was what we saw from SK. The Howling Blast right here and the hook at the same time hitting here. Basically saying no matter what he does, he's screwed. That was really well done. A great checkmate move by SK, and that actually demands a lot of coordination. I don't think that was an accident. I'm very sure that they did that on purpose and said, like, alright, you take the bottom part, I take the top part, and no matter where he moves, we're gonna get him. So they get the first blood here against Bakery. The rotation was definitely worth it. Up to the top we have, wow, look at Zamoni. I mean, he's going ham on that wall. One of the towers is already gone. Great job by him. On the other hand, we have down to the bottom lane a Siege Giant camp pushing in with 3 heroes for PPP, pushing in the walls, taking down those towers and nearly taking down BZ. And of course, BZ is so low, and the cooldown another 60 seconds on the well. That means that PPP is now having a great access towards that tribute. BKB is already moving in. Here comes Pain, getting stunned, getting locked down, but healed as well. And there comes the move. Oh my god, Vippolino is in a bit of trouble here. Zamoni is finally starting to push in here with the fall set flying in, but BKB is so low on the Arthurs. He dies, and Pain! Oh god, Pain survives, and Luby gets poisoned. He is dying as well, but it is 3 versus 2 kills right now with Vala trying to move back. Just look at how low all of these heroes are trying to well up again. That tribute is still there. It's 3 kills versus 2 in favor of PPP, and they are moving straight for the tribute again. Brightwing is back. That is where Brightwing comes in so handy. Like, he was dead, the timer is back, and he just jumps into the fight, heals up the Anubarak, and then is back to business. So the tribute goes to PPP, the first tribute. We have a great position here now for them with the tributes. At least the levels are still the same, so no team has really a massive advantage. It's like the slight tribute advantage that we see there for the team. The attempt to lock down the Illidan, not successful. Illidan was prepared, and we have another move to take him down. Nice, using the jumps here, flipping over them, and now moving back. Where's the Howling Blast? There it is. He dodges it. Good job. Escape is still there, and was not in a good position for a hook, so they didn't even try. In the mid lane, Bakery is still doing his thing. Picked up Arsenal, and we're talking about the talents real quick while Bakery is moving back so he doesn't get jumped on here. So we have Bakery with a multi-shot build. Multi-shot and battle momentum for him, as we see a slam build on Stitches, overkill build on the Tigers. We have fall set with Bribe, and actually Wild Hammer and Boomerang. Interesting, not going for the gathering power here in this match, so he is diverting from the standard build that we see these days. Gala looking at the boss, thinking about maybe attacking it. I'm not quite sure. I think a solo versus the boss on a level 8 would have been quite impressive by a Tyrael, so she's not going to try and do that. Level 9 for both teams now. We have one tribute now taken by SK. Was completely uncontested, so nothing really happening there while we're looking at the talents. The camp to the right side is being taken by Pain, and that's another thing where the Illidan is really a strong hero. Illidan is a hero that can solo camps quite easily, and that makes him also amazing on maps like Garden of Terror, because you cannot only take the mercenary camps, but you can take those seeds easy peasy on your own. So, very well done here. We have, well, with the pickup I mean, and also with the camp taken. I think that was a bit out of context for a second. To the top, we have another tribute spawning. And down here, it looks like an Uberak might start to engage. No, it's just a stun that they're setting up. Actually, Stitches with the opportunity for maybe a hook. Not getting it. They're really trying to zone. And at the top, we have Gela now in position to maybe do some damage to Zamoni. Oh, yes. Walking right into that bush. Oh, Zamoni. Barrel rolling away in the last second. We have the team meeting up here at the top. 5 versus 4 right now, and here comes Bakery moving in. Nice stun dodge by BKB. Same time, what is Vala doing? Hitting another multi-shot here, has the range on the multi-shot and helps her with that. Gela at the front, here comes the initiation, the 10s are there for both of them. Rain of Vengeance being used, the Judgment against the Falstad. Oh my god, that Shockernor dropping the Illidan, and the Brightwing goes down as well. The Falstad somehow survives, or does he? No! It's Pain who jumps in and finishes him off, but Bakery is not surviving on the Vala either, and that could be a team kill. Oh boy, like 4 heroes down against 1. A great trade for SK. That damage out of the Tyke is just so darn strong, and the Stitches making sure that none of those heroes were able to escape with one hook after another. Him at the front line, that did so much, and if you have an Uther to go for the burst heals, that keeps your heroes alive for just so long. Tyrael jumping after the Falstad, of course, also made sure that there was, besides the Anubarak, not really too much sustain at the front line. A prediction hook towards the right side. Hooks like that kind of look silly when you don't hit anything, but if you hit something, you're not only a boss, but you will maybe even take down not only a hero, but you could follow that up with a push against the structures if you're successful with that. So for now, we have a lead in levels for SK Gaming, 7 kills against 4. Down to the bottom lane, we have the second boss apparently now being attacked as BZ is starting to move in. The top lane is still being pressured by boss number 1. I'm not sure if Griffin is going to be ready to take down the boss before the 4 is being killed. I actually think that boss might drop the 4. We have another tribute spawning too, and that's tribute number 3, so we should see PPP rotate towards that. The boss to the left is nearly taken, and that is bad news for PPP, because the longer that fight at the tribute is gonna be drawn out, the more damage that boss at the bottom lane is gonna pull towards them. Level 13 talents have been taken, the top is gone, the fort that is, and now the boss is punishing the bottom lane, and PPP, they are still trying to contest this. They need to. It's the 3rd tribute that's gonna put a curse on them, and they're really just trying to like somehow wait it out. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they need to initiate if they really want to take it. There's only 3 heroes right now, and the other 2 are down there at the bottom. Zamoni is still there, helping the boss to take down the wall. The boss is going for the fort already, and BKB is about to grab the tribute. Gela is moving in right now. They're trying to drop the Stitches, jumping for him with everything that they have. The Rain of Vengeance really good. Shockernor didn't hit anything. More of a shock on all. And at the same time, we see the drop on the Illidan. No, but Anubarak drops, and Illidan is in so much trouble. The shield granted there by the Tacita. Illidan moves back. BKB with a Howling Blast loses it. Luvi low on the Brightwing. Oh, Tyrael and Anubarak are both down, and Brightwing is jumping away in the last second. Great escape here by the 2 heroes, but the problem still is that they are cursed, and that Golem is moving in, starting to do more damage down here to the bottom wall. In the middle, that 4 is gonna finish off all those creeps that we still see for PPP. They are down in kills, 10 versus 4, and level 15 versus level 12. Especially, of course, in the last battle, we saw from the Falstad, not really the best ultimate here. Didn't really hit a single hero with his heroic ability, but it was still no chance for PPP to do really damage there. They were trying to take one of the heroes down, but it's just that they're pretty squishy once that we see the Tychus initiating or like attacking with Odin, getting the skulls in. The Arthas himself is also doing quite a lot of damage, and if that Uther ultimate really starts to hit hard, then you know that you are in trouble. Looking at their abilities that we see, we have Bakery even with a Frost Shot, which is a bit surprising. Like most players that try to go for the multi-shot build are not going for the frost shot, but are instead trying to pick up something else, either going for a bit more damage with, for example, well, you could go for what's it called? The thingy that takes down tanks with a percentage. Do we have one of them taking it? No, of course not, and I feel like an idiot right now because I can't remember the talent name, even though I pick it up every single time I play the hero. Giant Killer. There we go. Giant Killer would maybe not be a bad idea against an Arthur's and against the Stitches. Not quite sure why he thinks a slow would be the better option. It's great when you know that you have a team that is hunting down opponents, and it's amazing, but I feel in those fights it doesn't really help him all that much. So Giant Killer might have been the better option here for him, but he must have some kind of thought process for that. He's probably going to pick up on 16 then also the Executioner if he goes for the frost shot here, which will give him a bit of a damage boost for sure, especially with the stuns of Vipolino and also of course the Tyrael. But right now they're 2 levels behind, and it's going to take quite some time for him to get that 16 talent. The continuous stuns from the Anubarak are trying to just delay the push a bit, but we have now the Knights moving in, and those 2 towers are nearly gone, as we see still 10 kills on the board against 4, and only keeps remaining for PPP. This is the second game. That's something that you should keep in mind, because this is the last chance for PPP to turn things around, force a 3rd game, and stay in the tournament to maybe advance towards the finals where they would meet Mousesports. If SK wins this game, then they have taken out PPP in the best of 3 series without dropping a map and would go straight towards the final versus Mousesports, another best of 5. So at this point we actually have Zamoni in position with the rest of the team. It's a party bush and Escape. Oh my god, does he see them? I don't think they see each other. Vipolino is moving in. Oh, this could be brutal pain. No! The stun lock, and goodbye Illidan. Illidan was dropped, and that was of course like, yeah, quite unfortunate. They actually kind of knew that something was going on, positioning heroes here and here, and then when they thought, okay, they're definitely not trying to take us with the party bush, then suddenly Illidan moved along there, Pain was taken out, like he was stunned twice. That stun lock didn't even allow him to just move back for a second, so very well done by SK, and that gives them a lot more momentum on the map. They can go for the tribute if they want, they can push it with the Golem, and apparently they want to push with the Golem and the Siege Giants. An attempt to catch the Anubarak out of position. That didn't really help. Down here we suddenly have the towers being taken. One hero is... actually, like, we already have him back. Illidan's back to business. And we have the rest of them moving in. There we see the team going straight forward. PPP. The problem that PPP currently has is that they just do not have... They actually just do not have the sustain at the front line, I feel. The damage that they got in, it's not enough there. And that giant, oh god, that giant push here coming in with the boss, with the entire team at the front. And Gala, who do you engage at? Like, who do you try to get? Do you go for the false stat? As soon as he moves back and gets healed by Link, you are in trouble. The Uther with the burst is so strong against that. Initiate against the Tigers is nearly useless because you don't have enough lockdown to prevent the Odin from being popped. And then he can be healed up again. There we have already everything used on the Arthurs. He goes for a second keep. The top keep is gone. They go for the keep in the middle right now. Great stun by Vipolino, but here comes the initiation. They go for the Arthurs. I don't think that's going to be enough. The Shogunor hits home, and the Rain of Vengeance is trying to drop a couple of heroes, but look at how fast PPP is going to be low in hit points. But it is Arthurs who dies first, but the double kill against PPP as Tyrael and Anubarak die. We have Stitches down as well though, and now suddenly Bakery slow on the multi-shot is really coming in handy. They start chasing down heroes, and with a slow he can actually pull it off. They're taking down the Tyrael, and if Bakery gets another multi-shot against Link, then he's gone, but he doesn't even need it because Pain is already on it, and you don't escape from an Illidan. You just don't simply escape from Illidan. And up at the top we have now Luvi trying to prevent that push from doing damage to the core. Down here the attempt to take now those giants. Do we have Executioner for Vala? No, she went for blood for blood. Triple blood for blood again. They really like it. By the way, Illidan has picked up Giant Killer. That was what I was looking for earlier when I hit a bit of dry spot here. Burning Rage on 2 heroes, Anubarak and Tyrael. Does apparently stack and is added up here, but triple blood for blood helps a lot to stay alive and also drops the tank real fast. And that was one of the biggest problems in most of the fights so far. Winning the last battle helped. The big issue is though they lost too much doing it. They lost 2 keeps, and you can't afford doing that, especially since they are still an entire level behind their opponent. And that's a ballsy move. Balls to the walls, up, going straight for the boss, and that's something that SK is already aware of. They are going in, the hook, and they're trying to go for Gala. Oh, but there are only 4 heroes. Uther is not with them just yet. Here comes the drop against Arthur's, way too fast, and that might be overextending way too much by SK. I mean, so far, we have PPP with a good initiation down here at the bottom. Now as Uther is back in the battle once again, and we have BZ in trouble. BZ goes down, the Illidan takes him on. The escape on the Stitches is getting stunned and drops as well. 3 heroes down, and a kill on Gala at least turns it into a 3 versus 1, but Linked is also in trouble, and he is not escaping. Not against Slow on the multi-shot and against Pain's Illidan. Has SK just thrown the game? Has SK just thrown? The boss is going ham at the wall, taking it down, going for it, dropping 1 tower after another. The gate is gone. It's another 17 seconds on the Arthurs, another 30 on the Tigers. This 1 keep is gonna fall for sure, and they might lose a lot more than that. They need to have the... well, Luvi is trying to defend the core though, and look at the core. It's down to 60. He needs more than that. He needs to hurry up with that. He needs to be fast. The core is down to 50. They're trying to go straight for the core here. PPP is trying to core it right now. This is gonna be so close. This is crazy. 34% on the core for PPP, and they're moving in, trying to drop the core of SK. But BKB is there. BKB, Beezy now as well. Beezy is moving in. Vippolino about to die. He's down 30, 20, 19, 10. Oh my god, it's gonna go down. It's the game. Oh, PPP turns it around. SK with the throw, and PPP with an opportunity to take it, and they drop it. Game number 3 incoming here at the semi-final. The game is on. The last game in the best of 3 series. The semi-final at the FrayTV Invitational. We have the game final life. SK to the left with BKB on the Arthurs, with BZ on the Varla, Escape on the Stitches, Zamoni with Nova, and Linked on the Uther. They won game number 1 today, but they lost the last game on Cursed Hollow. To the right side of the map in red we have PPP, Luvi on the Brightwing, Bakery on the Tigers, Vippolino on the Nubarak, and Pain picked up the Illidan again as Gala moves on to the Tassadar. This is gonna get really, really awesome. We have the double girl hit squad for the SK Gaming team. We have Vala and we have Nova. The girls are gonna try and turn things around. Yeah, the Femme Fatale are moving in, and the map is Haunted Mines. It's an awful map usually because it just snowballs so hard, but we've seen incredible entertaining games on this map. I wouldn't want to play it if I was like one of the players in the game here, but observing it, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. Zamoni this time on the Nova, ooh, and running straight into that stun. We have 4 heroes at the bottom lane for each team. Up to the top lane, it's a Stitches versus a Brightwing. That's of course one of the things that Brightwing can do here, just like jump on from one lane to another again, which is awesome when you want to go into the mines. And guys, if you don't know the mines, or how mines work, like a few minutes into the game, roughly 2:30, you have the mines open, you need to go down into the mines, you kill skeletons, take their skulls, and once 100 skulls are taken, 2 golems spawn, 1 for each team, and depending on how many skulls you gathered up, that determines how strong your golem is compared to the opponent's golem. So this map kind of snowballs a bit, and the mines, especially the first and the second mine fight, are extremely important. Usually heroes reach level 4 when they are in the mines. If you get an early kill or maybe 2, you can go so far as to take level 4 before the mines open, and level 4 gives you an extra talent. This is why it's extremely important to get that first kill or get a good position at the first mine fight, and currently SK is switching that up a little bit. It's 30 seconds until the mine starts. Zamoni with a missed snipe here. They're starting to convert. Are they gonna go for the bottom lane, or are they gonna go for the top lane? The Stitches is still at the top lane. We have Link moving in here, Vippolino with a stun, hitting 2, hitting Link, then hitting BZ. Another missed snipe by Zamoni. He doesn't get those snipes in. And, well, down to the bottom, we have now Stitches still at the top. Are they rotating? Who's going to go into the mine? So far, it really looks like PPP might get that advantage. If the Brightwing jumps in, he's going to be faster than the opponent. And there it is. So we have PPP down at the bottom. They're going for the skulls right away up to the top. The Brightwing is waiting. Can now jump in immediately. At the top, we have the entrance for SK. And so far, 30 skulls all ready for PPP. And they're moving as 5 here still. They have level 4 already. They have level 4 and it's the extra talent that they have, and that is starting to become a bit dangerous for SK because the skull count is really good for PPP, and now it's the fight for the golem. 46 against 23 skulls. Stitches, is he gonna get that hook? Is Stitches gonna get a hook or not? He's looking at it, he's trying, and there they engage. They're starting to engage, they're looking for it, and they hook the Anubarak, and immediately Pain jumps in, and instantly he's getting bursted down, but he survives thanks to his Schwick shield, but the Anubarak, he drops, and down is the healing ward as well. Goodbye, Gela, was nice knowing you. She goes down. Oh my god, like that last ditch effort of Bakery to escape with the dash allowed him to dodge the hook as well. He would have died there for sure. We have SK in the lead in experience, and they are going to take the big golem down here at the bottom. That opens up the Knights in the mid lane for PPP. They're rotating towards them immediately, claiming them and having now another mercenary camp pushing while the Knights or the golem is a little bit stronger for SK. With the first golem, what you try to do is like take down your mercenaries, the siege giants that we have to the left and to the right side, and you activate them not before the golems start moving out on the map. For a very simple reason. If you activate them or if you delay the activation a bit, they're gonna be right over here when the golem starts to attack the wall. So they are protected against aggression and they help you kill the golem. So that's what we're gonna see from the two of them. Or that's at least what we should see. To the right side, we already have that. And you see how Anubarak is moving out? That's exactly because they want to wait for it. And the same is what we see right there. Later doesn't matter all that much, but with the first golem, that's always what you want to do. And both teams are not trying to time the mercenaries so that they will have a bit of resistance against it. Usually you try to push with a stronger golem. As we have nearly an even split, we might see a different split from the heroes in the game. SK going up against PPP here with level 6 versus level 6 to the top lane. It is actually the defense of SK. They're trying to burst that down, and here we have the mercenaries, as I already pointed out a bit earlier. Down here to the bottom, BKB needs to be careful. Wow, he is engaged and immediately. Oh, the Frozen Tempest is there, but BKB is just asking to be taken out, and you don't run away from an Illidan. It just doesn't happen. 1 versus 1, Illidan is probably the strongest hero in the game right now if he's played correctly, and that is always a problem if you want to disengage from the opponent's team. So that was a free kill that PPP just got there, and they get a slight lead in experience out of it. 2 kills against 1 still in favor of SK Gaming, and we have both golems now of course down. The teams are trying to achieve level 10 before the next mines open to get that advantage and get the higher skull count so that they can start to snowball the map a bit. The hook by the escape missing, and they do not have a hero at the top lane, so suddenly Gela is getting the experience. I actually find that extremely difficult to understand, since now suddenly the experience lead for PPP is pretty strong, and if you have that experience lead, as I said, the second mines might put you in a position where you have to fight against an opponent's team that is already on level 10. So they didn't get a kill down there. That could really get dangerous for them. They have to be careful with this. Down at the bottom, we still have the 4 versus 4. Stitches moved up to the top and is now soaking the experience again. They're still a little bit behind. BKB has to be careful at the front here. The double girl squad with Rollerblade Rollerblade Nova and Vala on her Billy mount is trying to get the damage in, and that's actually 2 DPS heroes that can really drop in here extremely fast. Thanks to the snipe, the hungering arrow, the multi-shot, there's a lot of burst damage on them, even though Vala is usually seen as a hero that has more sustained damage, more auto attack damage than anything else. We have PPP still playing this very, very careful, but the storms on Gela alone are a great tool to just go for counter pushes. Level 9 is already there. We have nearly 9 taken by SK as well. Here comes maybe an Uberrock. No, he's not going in for that. The Brightwing is still at the top. Another missed snipe by Zamoni. Not really playing the luckiest game on the Nova. He also doesn't really have a lot of like shots left here in regards to like who he's going to need to attack. Look at that, 20 seconds left. Oh my god, that drop on Vipolino. Like, holy cow. Moving in, locking him down with a Howling Blast, getting the stun with the Uthane. And as I said, BZ and Zamoni have so much burst damage among the two of them that they can drop a hero very fast. That's exactly what they did, but the problem is still the same. We have nearly level 10 for PPP, but already down in the mines, BZ and Zamoni, and they're going straight for the heroes. Of course, with hot shots taken, that Nova taking down Skulls always looks a little bit silly. At the top lane, we have the entire roster for PPP moving down, and with that one kill that they got, they actually have level 10 now as well. SK Gaming, that is. So it's level 10 versus level 10. It's going to be a major fight down here in the mines. SK has already an advantage in Skulls since they moved into the mines faster. The Escape needs to sync up with the team. He needs to come over here. They cannot attack when they're split, and they should try to take this. They should try to take that fight right now, and they're moving in. This is going to be the heroic abilities. This is going to be where it all counts. This is going to be so important. If SK wins this, they're going to have a massive golem. The lockdown against the Tyrell. Oh my god, that stun! Holy mother of god! They kill everything! That triple kill there. Oh wow, like, did you see that amazing ulti that we had from BZ going for the Rain of Vengeance there? Annihilated them completely. The Rain of Vengeance dropping 3 heroes. All 5 are down right now. We are talking 70% golem. Oh god, it's gonna be 78%. They get another camp to the left. And a 5 hero kill. Like, that is absolutely amazing. First, the Uther walks in and stuns, and then Vala is there, and she drops it like it's hot. The Rain of Vengeance just full in the face of 3 heroes. The double stun is real, and then the Stitches moves in with a slam. That was absolutely stunning. Like, what a great coordination by SK Gaming, and just like that, they wipe the entire PPP team and are suddenly way ahead in the game. This golem is going man mode, I can tell you that much already. They are moving in with that, and all the way up at the top they're actually defending against this tiny puny golem. That's a sorry exclusive for a golem if you ask me. 22 skulls, like what? Boy, that fight. Holy hell. That was just dirty. That was just like so dirty. And well, they are going straight to the bottom, and look at that 78% golem still being alive here. They have actually a camp going to tack down, or try and attack the fort up here, and they are starting to initiate at the golem down at the bottom. And that fight is going to be brutal for PvP if they don't somehow take down the golem first. If they get stunned or tangled just like once, they're going to die there. Here we go. The first fort is down. The top fort is being attacked. Still keep that in mind, as the golem is alive and still kicking. And he's moving in, and it looks like we have SK actually move to the top lane to try and take down the second. No, they are stealing the siege giants. And the hook attempt here. Did you see that by the Escape? He nearly got that hook off. And as you can see, that fort is already out of shots as well. Level 13 versus level 11. They're moving up, and there's like 5 heroes against 3. Are they getting the hook? No, yes, no. Oh, he gets it, and he gets also the Gorge. Moves in, and that's going to be the stun by the Uther. Yes, there it is. And goodbye fort, goodbye Anubarak. Level 14 versus soon to be level 12 for SK Gaming. What an amazing performance. Like, in just one fight, they gained enough momentum to blast down 2 forts, push down that top lane, that bottom lane, and just wreck one structure after another. SK Gaming is completely on a tear right now. They are on fire. Like, this is not legal in most countries that I've visited so far. PPP can come back into this with a team fight if they win one, but doing that on a map like Haunted Mines is incredibly difficult. I don't envy them for that situation in the game now. They started actually off really well. They had some very good fights at the beginning of the game. They had good moves on the map, but then this fight at the Golem, that just snowballed everything in SK Gaming's favor, and SK just did such a great job. I know, like, I'm fanboying this a little bit right now. At least I feel like I'm complimenting too much for that battle, but if you've ever played Heroes of the Storm, Storm game, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the coordination needed to really pull this off in the way that they did is incredible. And they just dropped 3 heroes instantly and then cleaned house, and that takes so much skill. They are actually baiting with escape at the front. Only Nova is moving down into the mines now, and Zamoni, at least she's apparently trying to, just showing herself here. Up at the top we still have the Arthurs getting in position, and that's also where the entire team for PPP is currently converging towards. They're taking down the mercenaries here first, and it of course shows also on the map where they are. It's another 8 seconds, and SK is in position to just go straight for, well, all the camps. They're splitting up and getting the first few. There comes Gala. PPP is taking a few skulls already, but 30 skulls are being taken immediately by SK Gaming, and they're going for the rest of them as well. Where is... There they are. They're trying to catch them. Oh, BKB might be out of position here. Where's the stun? There comes the stun from the Anubarak. He's moving in immediately. Precision strike, hitting Pain. Goodbye, Illidan. Oh god, like, this is a slaughter, isn't it? Level 16 talents are gonna hit in just 1 second. Just to the top right. BKB in trouble. No, actually, he's going for Bakery. Gala is about to die here. Vala is already down, though. Nice body block by Link to save Sarmoni. And, well, PPP could actually win that here. The Anubarak is still in trouble, but he might survive there. BKB down to the right side is also very, very low. Anubarak seems to be trying to take him on, and he's going for the stun there. Down goes the Arthas. 2 heroes down for SK Gaming, and all 5 are up again after Illidan just revived for PPP. Can they pull the comeback off? Can they go for the comeback here? Nova looking for Vipolino. If she gets that snipe in, he's going for it, and oh, the Anubarak survives. Like, how the hell is he surviving this? Anubarak is still alive. 46 skulls for SK Gaming. 2 forts down. The 16 talents help them so much. Oh, here comes Pain. Here comes the Pain train. Goodbye, Vala. She is dead, and Escape is being hunted down next. There we go. Illidan, he's just like unstoppable right now. Well, it's a really tiny Illidan right now. He got shrink rate, and now it's gonna go for the skulls. So actually, PPP once again with the attempt to come back in that game, and these comebacks are absolutely great, because right now it's gonna be again a split golem. It's still a decent position, of course, for SK Gaming. I mean, like, I'm not gonna fool anybody if I say like that SK Gaming is not ahead. Like, we currently have that golem already over here at the wall to the keep. So what PPP has to do is defend this. They cannot push in with their golem. At least I don't see it happening. We have the night camp also taken by SK, like, small surprise in that. But up here at the top, this is only the fort that we're talking about here. Down at the bottom, this is where we see the entire SK team moving in. And yeah, that's the defense. You have to defend that. You cannot allow the golem to go straight for a keep. But still, the 16 versus level 15 gives SK an advantage, as well as the position of the golem. Up here at the top, of course, I don't think that the fort is gonna fall. They will be able to conserve this, at least for now. But I have to admit that it was quite impressive to see how PPP avoided being taken out in this semi-final by winning the fight down in the mines and then splitting for the golem quite easily. So really well done by PPP. Up here we have the golem now, of course, trying to take down the fort, but as you can see, it's already down to half HP. It's not going to happen. To the bottom right, one tower is definitely going to fall. It gets one tower and starts to work at the gate, but still, this is something where the golem is not going to be able to push through. So we're once again just waiting for the mines again and for the moves of the two teams trying to get ahead here. The 17 is there, 2 levels ahead for SK. The extra talent for the 16, they have that too. And we have 10 kills versus 4. But those 4 kills were very important kills at that. They're trying to go for the mercenary camps, the siege giants. They are a bit exposed and they're trying to burst those down. They still know about the position, about the opponent's team, and you can see that PPP is actually a bit hesitant. For a very good reason. You don't want to be caught off guard there. We all remember what happened to Pain in the game on Cursed Hollow, where he just walked past the party bush and got immediately initiated upon. So now we have SK moving to the top. They're trying to still do some damage to the keep here. Nice shield, like it. Gala on the Tasta is making sure that the keep is not taking any damage, at least not for now. But the team is there. I can see this game being decided in the next mines. The third mines, that might be where the game is decided. If one team is able to get that massive golem, then I feel it's gonna take the momentum. Because, once again, the golems, as basically all the objectives that we have on maps, maybe with the exception of Blackheart's Bay, they scale. They scale with the duration of the game, and therefore we will see a very, very strong golem then later on going straight for that core, and that's going to become extremely dangerous, especially if SK Gaming gets it, since there's only a keep between the golem and the core. So we have one more mercenary camp taken. SK is trying to just pressure PPP by having mercenaries push down those lanes, and then they can roam on the map, they can push the battle and decide where they want to fight. And talking about the potential fights there, we have already an escape in a position down here in a potential party push, and they are trying to pick a hero off before they go into the mines. 18 seconds. It's 18 seconds before the next mine start, and both teams are looking at the bottom entrance. They're starting to move in, and oh my god, Gala is being picked here. Gala is being picked, stunned, and taken out. It's a 5 versus 4 already. That was exactly what PPP was trying to avoid. Suddenly, BZ and BKB are moving in, and Bakery and his team are trying to 2-arc it right now. They're trying to just escape, move down, take as many skulls as they can, and run away. Pain is taking another set of skulls, is jumping away from his opponents. We have Bakery and Vippolino going up to the top, taking another skull camp there. And Gela is still down for another 18 seconds. They got 30 skull, but it's a 70% golem, or it will be in the end if SK takes the big golem. Right? That's exactly what they do, and of course PPP knows they cannot contest this. And instead, they're just going for the fort. They're going for the fort at the top. It's a really smart decision. It's a very smart decision. They're able to survive. They say like, alright, we can't do anything here. That golem is going to probably wreck our keep, and we need to make sure that we don't die in the next fight. But what we can do is claim a fort and at least not go back home with empty hands. We need to do something. So it was a really smart move by them, and I love the decision and that calmness to realize that they have an opportunity to take the fort there and then move in time. But now, of course, what we're going to see is SK pushing with the golem down here at the bottom. There is no other option. But if you have a 7-T skull golem, you want to do something there. Yeah, also the escape wants to do something, and that is trying to hook someone over that edge. Not getting it just now, but this golem is gonna go full Terminator on them. Moving in already, and this has to be PPP's final stand. They need to make it right here. They are like Spartan warriors right now, trying to defend against a powerful opponent, and that golem is also rocking the structure right now. Stone Fists are crushing down one tower after another. We have Vippolino once again using one stun after the next one. Gala is moving away with a dimensional shift. Here is that Swan Shield again, but goodbye keep. And here comes SK Gaming. They are angry. They want that game. They are hungry. They want it right now. They were already so close to winning the second game, but then they lost it. Here comes the initiation against Vippolino. They don't really get it, but maybe now. Move back for now. Bait it out. Here comes the Rain of Vengeance and the drop against Illidan. Illidan is getting dropped, and Bakery gets a full load in the face of Samoni. That snipe hit him straight between the eyes. Vippolino is already moving back. Gala is locked down. Luvi is dead, and I think this is gonna seal the deal. That's the final nail in the coffin as suddenly the Anubarak dies. That golem alone is taking down the core, and it is going to be SK Gaming that advances towards the final to face Mousesports. Bakery is moving back. PPP with a great effort here, but in the end, the victor of this best of 3 in the semi-final of the FrayTV Invitational is called SK Gaming. Good job by SK. Very well done. Congratulations to them. We're gonna see them again in the finals against Mousesports.